It's a chilly November evening at Diamond Field. The Pacelli Lady Vikings getting set to take to the turf for their first home game in over a month, a flag football contest brought to you by the Beck Center. It's the Beck Center Game of the Week on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live, presented by Glenn-Smith Chevy GMC, Coca-Cola, Kinetic Credit Union, and Jack Houston Memorial Hospital Houston Clinic. What a ball game this should be. The Pacelli Vikings, ranked number 9 in the state, number 79 in the nation, playing in a doubleheader. It was originally going to get cranked up at 6 o'clock, but Pacelli and Heritage, the two teams that were playing, Heritage and Brookstone, the two teams Pacelli playing today, decided they wanted to play each other as well, so it has now turned into a triple header. So 3 games today. The first one moved up from 6 o'clock to 5:30. The Pacelli Vikings taking on the Heritage Hawks. The two teams met last week and Wednesday up in Noonan. The Vikings took care of business, winning the contest by a score of 26-0 in their region opener. Now, Heritage has an 0-3 mark in region play. They've lost twice to Brookstone already, and they are, and of course, the lost to Pacelli last week. So Heritage at 0-3, the Vikings 1-0. They've only played the one region game. Brookstone will be the other contest, of course, for the Vikings. That'll take place tonight at 7:30. And Brookstone coming in with a 2-0 mark. Technically, they're leading the region. The two teams going at it today, of course, Pacelli is a 3-time defending state champion, and they have posted some pretty good numbers here. Kamora Jones, the quarterback, she's a junior. Mo has thrown for 1,739 yards and 35 touchdowns, only tossed 9 interceptions on the season. She has been solid all season long. She'll be her favorite target is KK Jackson, the senior. KK's got 82 receptions for 1,234 yards and, yes, 24 touchdowns. 24 TD catches for KK. She's also run it in for a couple of more. And Molly Hilton with 8 TD receptions as well, as along with Wynn Ward. Hilton and Ward are both freshmen. And they take it to the ground. Mia Camp, the freshman, with 707 yards rushing and 6 touchdowns coming into this ball game. She is a threat, of course, and Camp has also got a couple of touchdowns through the air as well. And Jones, of course, is a really solid athlete herself. She's rushed for 204 yards, and she scored 1 touchdown. But, of course, the main method of attack for the Vikings is through the air. Out there warming up here. The ball game, it looks like, is about 9 minutes away. They may be starting a little bit early because, let's face it, this weather is a bit chilly. Right now, the temperature is 42 degrees. But the wind chill, we're talking 29 degrees. Folks, I've shot high school football games up in Wisconsin. This is cold. I'm just going to tell you straight up. This is a chilly, chilly evening here at Diamond Field. Now, the Lady Vikings, of course, trying to finish out the season. They've got a couple of games, of course, the 2 games today. And the next week they'll have one more game next Monday when they play host to Shaw. And then the playoffs will get underway in GIAA flag football. As I mentioned, Pacelli, the 3-time defending state champions, their roster this year is a young roster. There is only one senior suiting up. That's KK Jackson. KK, of course, also one of the top basketball players. The roster is mainly freshmen and a couple of sophomores. Zach Corcoran, the head coach, he's got some talent to work with for the foreseeable future as well. And the backup quarterback for the Vikings, Camp has done a little bit. Tally Ellis, the pitcher for the softball team, is one of the other quarterbacks, and let's just say they've got more than one arm back in the backfield. And of course, with flag football, all of it is pretty much set up on a rugby-style game where there's a lot of pitching, some passing, but a lot of pitching, a lot of lateraling, and a lot of sheer movement. Because remember, in flag football, there's no real blocking or tackling, but what they do. And the game is already underway. All right. And so we'll pick things up here. Pacelli with the ball. They are set up on the 46-yard line, on the 36-yard line here. They're already in Hawks territory. And we get things started. Mo Jones at quarterback. With the runner in motion. Again, the snap instead to Mia Camp to Jones. And Jones fending it downfield. It is picked off by number 77, Lucy Downs of Heritage. So on the opening drive, the Vikings are denied. Heritage will take over the ball at about the 21-yard line. So Heritage will open their opening drive. The 21-yard line is where they'll start things out. In flag football, the field is chopped up into quarters, and it's 20 yards for the first down. So for Heritage to get the first down, they must reach midfield, which is the 40-yard line. 50 if you're looking at the numbers on there. The end zones begin at the 10s on each side. It's an 80-yard field. So Heritage getting things started there. Their opening play on their first drive of this ball game. Looking to pass. Rushed out of the pocket is Bailey Harrington. Arrington ends up going out as she is brought down there at about the 26-yard, well, the 16-yard line. Nope, they're marking it. Sorry, they're marking it at the 19-yard line. A loss of 2 yards on the play. That'll set up a second down and 21 for the Hawks. The Pacelli Vikings defense has been solid all season long. Plenty of interceptions, lots of sacks. Mia Camp with 11, Amy Swenson with 12. So here we go. The second and 21 from the 19-yard line for the Hawks. Quarterback Bailey Arrington throwing over the middle, incomplete, knocked down by Molly Hilton. So that'll set up a third and long for Heritage. Hilton, for what it's worth this season, has got 4 interceptions already this year. The defensive backfield for the Vikings tough. Kimora Jones, of course, plays both ways. 8 picks. Callista Williams with 8 picks of her own, and Wynn Ward, the freshman's, also had 6 interceptions. So here we go. Third and 21 from the 19-yard line. Arrington over the middle. It is caught. That was caught by Kaylin Swager, but brought down immediately back to about the original line of scrimmage. They will mark the ball down at about the 26-yard line, 24-yard line. The wind is blowing the protective cones out. Of course, the referee will set it up. We'll set up one cone on where the ball is being snapped and then a cone 2 yards back. All defenders are pushed back 2 yards back into their territory. So here we go, fourth down. Will they punt? The punt, of course, called. And the ball is kicked away. And a one-hopper taken. And the ball fumbled. The play is dead. Wynn Ward trying to see what you could do and bring him around the outside. She picks up a couple of yards. So the Vikings will start off their second possession. It will take place on about the 31-yard line. Or 32. It's marked at the 32. A first down for this, of course, is get past midfield. So they'll have a 1st and 8 here on the second drive of the game. Just because Kimora Jones sets up as a quarterback, you don't necessarily know she's going to take the snap. Lone in the backfield, so you know that's going to happen. A quick shovel pass to KK Jackson. She tries lateraling it back to Mia Camp. The pitch goes awry, and the ball is dead. Every time the ball hits the field, of course, the play is whistled dead. So basically no gain on the play. That's up to 2nd and 8. Ava Camp setting up as the snapper. Everybody in the field, of course, is eligible. Jones setting up with Mia Camp in the backfield beside her. And it is a quick toss to KK Jackson, who flips it to Mia Camp. Can Camp break the plane and get that first down? And it is marked. Yes, she did. They got past midfield. So the Vikings are now in Hawks territory, setting up a 1st down and 19. We'll see where they mark the ball. Looks like they'll probably mark it at the 39-yard line or right dead at, nope, marking it right dead at midfield on the 40. So here we go. It's a 1st down and 20 for the Vikings as they try marching downfield and try to put the first points up on the board. 3:39 here remaining in the first quarter of this scoreless contest. The first quarter will be a running clock, and most of the second as well. Only the last 2 minutes will whistles be blown by the referee, Stephen Harper. And on the play, rolling to her left was Wynn Ward, and she is tackled in the backfield.
Wynn Ward stopped by Maddie Brennan.
And Maddie Brennan with the tackle for Heritage. So that will set up a second down.
3 on the play.
Loss of 3, so it'll be a 2nd and 23 for the Vikings. Again, as you can see, a lot of lateraling going on here. The snap instead goes to Mia Camp. Camp taking it, rolling right, pitching over to Kimora Jones. Jones down the far sideline. She is brought down at about the 30, now they're marking it down at the 36-yard line. So it was a pickup of 7, setting up a 3rd and 16 for the Vikings. 7-yard gain there on the play. So here we go, 3rd down. 3rd and 16. Kimora Jones and Mia Camp setting up in the backfield. Runner in motion. It goes, the snap is to Camp. Camp taking down the 40 at the 35-yard line. Great running, great broken field running, escaping several tackle attempts. She is finally brought down by Abigail Anderson, but picks up the 1st down. She's brought down in the red zone near the 11-yard line there. Going to mark her down at the 12. So it'll be 1st and goal for the Lady Vikings on their 12-yard line. Looking to put the first points on the board here in the first quarter. Under 2 minutes to go now. We'll see who takes the snap. Kimora Jones had set up deep. Mia Camp back there with her, number 11. Where will the snap go to? Runner in motion, goes to Camp. Camp gives to KK Jackson. Jackson left side, picks up a couple before she is brought down by the Hawks. Gain of maybe 1 or 2. So let's set up a 2nd and goal. And the play is marked. It's marked as a no gain. So 2nd and goal from the 12. Runner in motion, Camp. Fakes the give, pitches it back to Kimora Jones, who goes downfield, and the ball is intercepted. The ball was picked off by Abigail Anderson, so the Vikings' 2nd drive of the game, nothing doing. The Hawks coming up with the pick on about the 3-yard line. They'll be starting off deep in their own territory. 30 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Again, a running clock. We'll see if they manage to get a playoff here. It'll be 1st and 17 for Heritage when they get things set up. 20 seconds left. They're rushing to get into formation to see if we get this playoff before the clock reaches zeros here in the first quarter. And the Scores Quarter, of course, brought to you by Carol Purdue, your local State Farm agent who supported Georgia Sports Live from the beginning. All right. The snap. Fake the handoff. Rolling right. The pitch goes wide and goes wild. At about, it's going to be a loss of about 2 yards, and the first quarter has come to an end. So at the end of 1 quarter, no score here between Pacelli and Heritage.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy-duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a...
And we're back at Diamond Field for the second quarter of the Spec Center Game of the Week at Pacelli on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. Pacelli and Heritage in this flag football contest knotted up 0-0. The Vikings getting the ball back on a turnover. They're going to start off on their own 16-yard line. Pitch back to Mia Camp on the snap. Camp down the near sideline evades at least one tackler before she is brought down. Looks like a good gain. We'll see where they mark it. And they say she is down at the 18-yard line, 2 yards short of the first down. So it'll be 2nd and 2 for the Lady Vikings. 9:50 remaining here in the first half. The Vikings leading 2-0. That was a safety on that last play of the first quarter. Kimora Jones setting up as the quarterback. 2 receivers to the right. Flags fly, whistles from Stephen Harper. And it is offsides on Heritage. So The Vikings will get the first down on a penalty. First penalty of the contest. That'll put the ball on the 23-yard line. So the Vikings will be first down and 17 on their own 27-yard line, trying to put together a scoring drive. Vikings hold this 2-0 lead. The defense coming up big in the first quarter on that last play to chalk up a safety. Kamara Jones stopping back, looking, rolling to her left. Quick flip out to Molly Hilton. Hilton zigzagging. Sorry, that's Mia Camp. Camp pitching it back to Mo Jones, and Jones finally brought down, but she's crossed midfield. The tackle made by Abby Dunlap. Big gain there for the Lady Vikings, bringing it all the way down to the 32-yard line of the Heritage Hawks. Nice pickup on that play. This is a quick game. There's a lot of pitching, a lot of lateraling, and a lot of deceptive moves. Lady Vikings are quick, and they're really good at evading tackles. And Kamara Jones showing why. The junior with a nice gain on that play. Setting up a first down for the Vikings on the 32-yard line. So it'll be a 1st and 12. Runner in motion. It is Mia Camp faking the give back to Kamara Jones. Jones rolling. She was forced out of bounds there by Kaylin Swager, but she reaches out. Does she pick up any yardage on that? We'll see where they mark it. Looks like she maybe picked up. Yeah, she picked up a couple of yards. That'll set up a second. Nope, never mind. They're ruling it down at the line of scrimmage. So no gain on the play. Setting up a 2nd down and 12 on the 32-yard line. Vikings in Hawks territory, trying to reach the end zone on offense for the first time this evening. 7:34 here to go in the first quarter. Three Vikings in the backfield on this snap. It goes to Kamara Jones. Jones dropping back, looking downfield, under pressure. Hollins off to Molly Hilton. Hilton brought down basically at the line of scrimmage. Kaylin Swager with the tackle. So it'll be 3rd down. It looks like 12. It looks like, yep, no gain on that play. So it'll be 3rd and 12. They'll try it one more time here. This time Jones in the backfield setting up with Mia Camp once again. Stacked receivers on the right. Jones rolling to her left, looking downfield. Tucks it, runs, takes off, reaching out. Picks up a couple extra yards before the flags are dragged from her. We'll see how much of a gain. They're going to mark this one down at the 25-yard line. That'll set up a 4th and 5 for the Vikings. Trying to get their first drive going here. First 2 possessions ended with interceptions. But they are leading it 2-0 thanks to a safety on the final play of the first quarter. 4th and 5, big play here. 6 minutes remaining in the half. And somebody jumped. Molly Hilton got a little bit ahead of herself. Called for offside, so they're going to move it back 5 yards. So that'll make it a 4th and 10. Excuse me, 4th and 10 for the Lady Vikings. We'll see what they dial up here on offense. KK Jackson lining up near the middle. She's been the go-to receiver in the big plays. In motion, faking the give, Ham. Pitching it back to Kamara Jones, looking downfield. Decides to keep it. Spins away from 2 tacklers. Keeps on going. Pitches it over to Ava Camp. But Camp brought down. They're going to rule a tackle. The tackle is ruled down on about the 35 or in the 25 or 26-yard line. So the Hawks will take over on downs. Vikings offense unable to come up with any points once again. The ball ruled down on the 36-yard line. Hey, special thanks to Glenn Smith for being our original presenting sponsor. From day one, their unmatched support and commitment to our community has fueled our mission to bring you the very best in local sports coverage. We're proud to partner with them again as we kick off year 4 together. As for the Heritage Hawks, they'll get it 1st and 10 on the 26-yard line. They need to get it past midfield for the first down, so we'll rack that one up as a 1st and 16. 4:23 remaining in this contest. Pacelli leading it 2-0. Crowded backfield. Let's see who takes the snap on this one. It's Bailey Arrington faking the handoff, rolling to her right. She pitches, but great play on defense. Molly Hilton getting back there for a tackle for loss. Hilton has been strong all season long on defense. Loss of a yard. That'll set up a 2nd and 15 from the 25-yard line. Lady Vikings, as I mentioned, 14-1 on the season. Looking to wrap things up here in the region, but they got to win them both to make that happen. So 2nd and 15 from the 25. Here's a snap, Arrington. Forced to run. Heaves it downfield, almost a little bit short. Wynn Ward had thoughts of maybe her 7th interception of the season, but a little bit short. There wasn't anything she could do about that. So that'll set up a 3rd and 15 here. 3 minutes remaining. Pacelli with that 2-0 lead. And a player seems to be shaken up here. It's a Jack Houston injury timeout. One of the Lady Hawks grabbing her shin or ankle or something. Trainer coming out to double check and make sure she is okay. She's limping off the field under her own power. So here we go. Big play for the Vikings defense. A 3rd and 15. Looks like they're ruling some sort of penalty here. They're calling a personal foul on the play. So, and that gives the Hawks a new set of downs. So they will be on their own 35-yard line with just 5 yards to pick up another first. The penalty was apparently a personal foul of some sort. I did not see what the infraction was. But all right, there was a down marker was messed up. All right, it is a 3rd and 5. So it wasn't a personal foul, but a 10-yard penalty. So it sets up a 3rd and 5 on the 35-yard line. Bailey Arrington taking the handoff. She is brought down near the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there. That was Kendall Purnell coming up with the tackle. Purnell, an 8th grader. She's also one of the stars of the softball team. A pickup of 3, setting up a 4th down and 2. Can the Lady Vikings defense hold here and get the ball back? 2:22, 2:21, 2:20 remaining here in the first half. Pacelli with a slim 2-0 lead on Heritage. Break in the huddle. There'll be 3 Lady Hawks in the backfield, so you'll think we may be looking at a pass. Snap. Faking the handoff. Rolling to her right. Kaylin Swager. Nothing doing. The Vikings will take over on downs. So they will get the ball. They'll start off on the Hawks' 38-yard line.
First down, Lady Vikings.
Now they ruled it a sack. Excuse me. So they'll open up this drive on the 34-yard line of Hawks territory. 1:53 remaining. The clock now stopped. We will have whistles in between plays. We have reached that 2-minute warning stage. Snap. Pitched out to Mia Mia Camp. Down the far sideline. Slipping past a couple of tacklers.
Camp on the first down carry.
And Camp picking up the first down. We'll see where they mark it. Nice pickup, though. And time is called. Pacelli calling a timeout here in the first quarter. So let's take a break. You're watching Vikings Flag Football on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money.
All right, coming back, it was a very short timeout. The Vikings taking things 2nd down and 1. Snap straight back to quarterback. That was Callista Williams. Williams picking up the first down a little bit more. The Vikings will get a new set of downs here. They're inside the 10-yard line. Check that. They're on, my bad, they are on the 19.
We have an official timeout.
Officials timeout. It looks like somebody's tying a shoe, an equipment thing. Hey, Georgia Alabama Sports Live is excited to announce our partnership with Coca-Cola. We're proud to welcome Coca-Cola as a presenting sponsor and as an essential part of our team as we grow into the future. Classic taste, timeless memories. We're officially a Coke company. And here we go. We get set here, the Vikings. Setting things up. First down. It's a 1st and goal from the 19-yard line. Excuse me, 1st and goal from the 15-yard line. Vikings trying to break the plane and get in the end zone for the first time on offense all night long. And it's Callista Williams to Kamora Jones. Jones back to Williams. She is brought down in a literal tackle. A pickup of about 3, but that's going to be a flag. Flag's flying on that one. Can't do that. Of course, the defender was going for the ball. Ended up wrapping up Callista. Callista, the freshman, going down. Just had a gain of about 3. We'll see how they handle the penalty, whether it's tacked on the back end of the foul or not. Stephen Harper marking it off, setting the ball at the 7-yard line. So it's a new set of downs for the Vikings on a personal foul. 1st and goal from the 7. Pacelli trying to get on the scoreboard on offense for the first time tonight. Kamora Jones taking the snap. A quick shovel pass to KK Jackson, who flips it over to Mia Camp. Does she break the play? No, she is brought down. They got the flags at about the 1-yard line. Close, but not quite. And time is being called by the Lady Vikings with 49 seconds to go. They are 1 yard away from getting into the end zone. Let's take a break. You're watching Lady Vikings Flying Football on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Back to Diamond Field, the Lady Vikings with a 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line, trying to add to their 2-0 lead over the Heritage Lady Hawks. Kamora Jones setting up at quarterback. She takes the snap instead is to Mia Camp, and Camp runs it on in for the touchdown. The Lady Vikings on the board. Touchdown, Pacelli. Mia Camp, the 1-yard run off the left side. Off the directed snap. And that'll set up the extra point attempt. And we'll see how the Lady Vikings set up the offense on this one. Jones setting up with Camp in the backfield. We'll see who takes the snap on this one. Wide receiver stacked to the right and to the left. Jones rolling to her right, looking downfield, finds KK Jackson for the extra point. And the Vikings have jumped down to a 9-0 lead here. 43 seconds remaining in this first half. Pacelli extending that lead to now it's a 2-possession game. Nice job by the Vikings. They took care of business, marched it downfield, and did it right just before we got to the half. So it will be One last shot for Heritage to see what they can do about getting on the board here in the final seconds of this first half. Pacelli's defense has done a fine job tonight, putting a couple points up on the board through a good solid rush that caused a bad pitch on the last play of the first quarter. So here we go. The snap is fumbled by quarterback Bailey Arrington, so move the ball back. Clock stopping, 41 seconds remaining here in the half. Lady Vikings want to see if they can get the ball back and see what they can do about this one. That'll set up a 2nd down and 11 from the 9-yard line. The line to gain, of course, is the 20. Mark 30 on your field. Arrington handing it off, and the handoff fumbled again. Ball kicked in frustration. Heritage having problems moving this ball, to say the least. They backed themselves all the way up now down to their own 5-yard line. 39 seconds left. Remember, the clock stops in between plays. Only 2 ticks came off the clock on that one. So it'll be a 3rd down and 15. Arrington hands the ball off. Left side brought down in the backfield. Great play by Callista Williams. Trapping the Lady Hawks inside their own 5-yard line. We'll see if they manage to get to the line of scrimmage. She was brought down on the 1. So that will set up a 4th down and 19 from the 1-yard line. So the Lady Hawks are undoubtedly going to punt this one. $19 seconds remaining here. Lady Vikings are going to have a great opportunity to see what they can do here. And Pacelli calling a timeout here. 19 seconds remaining in the half. Again, Pacelli, 9-0 lead, scoring on a safety on the final play of the first quarter. And then just a few moments ago, 43 seconds on the clock remaining in the quarter. Mia Camp on a 1-yard touchdown run, extra point going from Kimora Jones to KK Jackson. And that's where we stand, 9-0 Pacelli. So on this 4th down, it's a directed punt by Heritage. We'll see what the Lady Vikings can come up with on the punt. And the kick, fielded at about the 28-yard line, run immediately out of bounds when Ward wants to set up that offense to see what they can do. 11 seconds left. There's time for a couple, 3 plays here. The Lady Vikings will start things off on the, let's see where they mark this one. They got her marked at, they say she went out of bounds at the 24-yard line. So 24 yards, 11 seconds remaining. Let's see what the Lady Vikings can do with this last opportunity here in the first half. The snap to Kimora Jones, and she fumbles the snap. Only 1 second ticked off the clock. But that'll bring the ball back all the way to the 30-yard line. The snap was a low one. Wasn't much that Mo Jones could do with that one. They're going to mark it at the 29. No, at the 20. They're going to mark it at the 31-yard line. So here we go. From the 31. Jones, under pressure, heaves it downfield. It's a duck and falls incomplete. The Hawks had their mind set on maybe a 3rd interception of the half. Not happening. So the Lady Vikings are going to get one more crack at this. They're on their own 31-yard line, leading it 9-0. Here's an all-or-nothing deal. Let's see what they can do with that. Jones puts the flags back on. A chilly evening. That may be affecting play, too. I mean, it is cold out there. There's no question about that. Temperature 40 degrees, the wind chill down to 26. So here we go. 3 seconds left. This will probably be the last play of the half. Snap, Kimora Jones rolling back all the way back to midfield, looking downfield, keeps it, flips it instead to Mia Camp. Camp down the right sideline, tries to get past 2 tacklers, not happening. And the Hawks stop that last play. Abby Dunlap with a tackle, and that's the way things end here at the end of the first half. Pacelli's Lady Vikings leading it by a score of 9-0. You're watching Pacelli Flag Football on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Real recognize real. Real tasty. Unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment. Crisp lemon lime. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy-duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
And back at Diamond Field for the Beck Center Game of the Week at Pacelli on Georgia, Alabama Sports Live. The Pacelli Lady Vikings leading this flag football contest by a score of 9-0 over the Heritage Lady Hawks. Pacelli has pretty much dominated this game. Their offense has moved the ball, but their first two drives ended with interceptions. But the third drive worked out very nicely. Mia Camp taking it in with 43 seconds remaining to score a 1-yard touchdown run, with Kamora Jones finding K.K. Jackson on the extra point. The defense had put the first points up on the board at the last play of the first quarter. They've gotten put a lot of pressure on Heritage quarterback Bailey Arrington, and the pitch was fumbled in the end zone, and it meant a safety for the Vikings. So that's where you got your score, 9-0 Pacelli. they're looking good so far. The offense at least has gotten one drive going, and they want to see what they can do about putting this one away. This, of course, game one of what will be 3 straight games. The middle game will be Heritage taking on the Brookstone Cougars. And then at 7:30, we'll be back for the Vikings taking on Brookstone in what will be the final region game of the season for Pacelli as they look to wrap up the region title. Pacelli, of course, the 3-time defending state champions, coming into this game with a 14-1 record, ranked number 9 in the state of Georgia. So here we go in the second half. It will be Heritage getting the ball first. They'll open up on their own 16-yard line. And, of course, to get the first down, the line to gain is the 20. So it'll be 1st and 4 to get things started here in the first quarter. Bailey Arrington setting up in the backfield along with another Hawk. And the first play of the half, Arrington dropping back, looking to pass to the near side. She finds Reagan Cranford. Cranford brought down immediately after a short gain, but the gain is enough to move the chains. Wynn Ward coming up with the tackle on that one. So that sets up a new set of downs for Heritage. Heritage now will go from, let's see where the referee marks the ball. It was a pickup of 5, so they'll start out on their 21-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 19 from the 21. Heritage trying to get some points up on the board here. Pacelli looking to keep that goose egg up there. Snap to Arrington, whistles. Somebody did something. Somebody moved. It looked like it was wide receiver Reagan Cranford here on the near boundary. Or nope. Oh, it was a clock problem. Okay, there we go. The snap now. Arrington looking to throw downfield. Under a bit of pressure. Escapes. No, she does not. That's Mia Camp coming up with the sack. She came into the game with 11, so chalk up number 12 there. 12th sack of the season for Mia Camp, setting up a 2nd and 20-something. Ball marked down on the 18-yard line, or on the 16-yard line, so it was a loss of 5 on the play. So that will set up a 2nd down and 24. 2nd and 24 for Heritage. Some shuffling in and out in this one. Hey, Kinetic Credit Union, proud to champion our local student athletes. We're excited to welcome them as a presenting sponsor of Georgia-Alabama Sports Live, supporting high school sports and the communities that make them great. So here we go. Heritage setting things up, 2nd and 24 from their own 16-yard line. Arrington opts not to pass, tucks it in, keeps it, and she is brought down near the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss of a little bit there. Callista Williams coming up with a stop. Good defense once again by Pacelli. And they're ruling a no gain. So it will be a 3rd down and 24 from the 16-yard line from Heritage. They need to get to midfield to keep the ball and get another set of downs. Vikings taking care of business, getting a lot of pressure on the quarterback. Speed matters in this game, to say the least. The snap to Arrington, looking to throw, under pressure again. Manages to flip the ball away, but the receiver is brought down immediately by Molly Hilton.
Downs on the reception.
That was Lucy Downs. She managed to pick up a couple of yards on the play, moving it all the way to the 21, so it was a pickup of 5, but that sets up a 4th down and 19, so I'm assuming they'll probably punt, but they may not this deep in their own territory. And yes, it is indeed a punt. The punt sent downfield, taken. KK Jackson had a little bit of trouble that one up. It was a one-hopper, bounced off her knee, so that where the ball will be marked dead. Looks like they're going to mark it down on the Viking 35-yard line. So Pacelli will open things up with a short 1st down, 1st and 5 from their own 35-yard line, trying to see if they can put together another drive. 7 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Vikings holding that 9-0 lead. That's Camp rolling to her left after faking the handoff. She manages to evade one tackler, picks up the first down, a gain of about 8 yards there. She's brought down, marked on the 37-yard line. So the Vikings will get a new set of downs. It'll be 1st and 17 on their 37-yard line.
Down. Lady Vikings.
This is the kind of thing Pacelli wants to do. They set up with several in the backfield, and whoever gets it takes off. They've got a lot of fleet players, and they're really good at evading tackles. This time it's Camp setting up deep at quarterback. She takes the snap, fakes, gives it to Kimora Jones. Jones on the run to her right, fires it downfield. It's tipped. KK Jackson making the catch. Picks up a couple of yards before she is stopped. That was a nice job on the tip drill. Jones fired a laser downfield. It was tipped up by a Hawk, but KK Jackson was there, reaches up, grabs it, and picks up 2-3 yards after the catch. So it will be 2nd down and 7 from the 27-yard line. Stack backfield now. Let's see who takes the snap on this one. It's Callista Williams. Williams running, sprinting down the left side. She cuts back. She is brought down by Reagan Cranford, but not until after she gets that first down. Move the chains again. Nice pickup on the play. Brought down on the 19-yard line. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 19 for the Lady Vikings. No, check that on the 14. 1st and goal from the 14. Williams, Camp, Jones line up in a line, and it's Williams taking the snap, pitches it back to Camp. Mia Camp, near sideline. She's stopped around the 6-yard line. Nice little pickup on the play. The Vikings setting things up here. Looking like they're going to drive for another score. 4:40 left here in the 3rd quarter. Trying to add to their 9-0 lead. So it'll be 2nd and goal. Ball marked on the 11. On the 6. Snap goes to Williams. Williams fakes the handoff, takes the right side, pitches it to Camp, and the pitch goes wide. And they lose a little bit of yardage on the play. We'll see where that one gets marked. Looks like a loss of maybe 5. So that'll set up a 3rd and goal from the 11-yard line. 3rd and goal from the 11. Loss of 5. Try it again here. Camp alone in the backfield this time. With Kimora Jones in motion. Pitch. Instead of snapping it to Jones, Jones snaps a throw over the middle of KK Jackson. Does Jackson get in the touchdown? She does indeed. Touchdown, Vikings. Kimora Jones taking the direct snap and firing it downfield, finding KK Jackson over the right side, and KK slips through into the end zone for the 6-yard touchdown, or for the 11-yard touchdown. Vikings looking to add the extra point. They've got a 15-0 lead now. We'll see what Zach Cochran calls in for the play. Vikings looking good. Let the clock run a little bit here. All right, set it up. Jones will be in the backfield. Here's the snap. Jones stops, looks, whistle.
We have an official's timeout.
And the official calling a timeout. Looks like there's an equipment problem. As one of the Hawks trots off the field, holding her flags. Replacement comes on in. And so here we go. We'll line up for the extra point one more time. Vikings trying to tack on that extra point. Up 15-0. Kimora Jones, a shovel pass to KK Jackson, and the extra point is good. So with 2:30 remaining here in the 3rd quarter, the Vikings have taken a 16-0 lead over Heritage, the kind of lead they wanted to take. The Vikings looking for their second region victory of the season, number 15 on the season. They're 14-1 coming on in. So here we go. Heritage getting the ball late here in the third quarter. They'll start off on their own 16-yard line with that short 1st and 6. To break the huddle. Runner in the someone in the backfield with Bailey Arrington. Arrington taking the snap. Faking the handoff. Firing to the left side, complete. Brought down immediately, however. That was Tally Ellis on the tackle. It's enough for the first down. Brought down right onto the 20-yard line. So that'll set up a 1st and 20 from the 20 for Heritage. 1:23-122 remaining in third quarter. Pacelli up 16-0. And the snap. On the blitz, manages to get the throwaway. It's complete to Lucy Downs. But the tackle is made by Molly Hilton, a short gain on the play. A pickup of 5. That'll set up a 2nd down and 15 from the 25-yard line for Heritage. The Pacelli defense has kept Heritage from being able to do much all night long. Good pressure on the quarterback and good play in the secondary. Arrington looking downfield, near side. The pass is intended for Reagan Cranford, but it goes a little bit wide to her left. Incomplete, setting up a 3rd and 15. And the clock ticking down as the quarter is going to run out. So at the end of 3 quarters, the Pacelli Vikings leading Heritage by a score of 16-0.
Are you looking for a powerful
On Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy-duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA.
And we're back for the fourth quarter here. Heritage, 3rd and 15. The pass complete. The ball complete to Lucy Downs. A good play by Bailey Arrington. But she brought down immediately by Molly Hilton. A pickup of 5. That'll set up a 4th down. Or she's brought pickup of 5. So it'll set up a 4th down and 10 for Heritage. Trailing 16-0. You know they're going to go for it. They got to keep the ball and keep things moving. Pacelli defense looking to close it down and shut this thing down and try to really put the thing away on their next drive. So 4th and 10. Are they going to punt? They are indeed punting. Kick. KK Jackson tries to field it on one hop. It goes off her hand. Nothing doing. So the the ball is whistled dead. And they're going to mark it down at the 21-yard line. So the Lady Vikings will start this next drive on their own 21-yard line, needing a 1st and 19 to move the chains. Pacelli taking care of business so far, to say the least. Hey, tonight's coverage brought to you by the Houston Clinic, a presenting sponsor on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. World-class orthopedic care right here at home. All right, 1st and 19 from the 21-yard line. The snap to Kamora Jones. Jones rolling to her right, looking downfield. Can't quite connect up with Callista Williams. Ball falls incomplete. That'll set up a 2nd and 19. Clock rolling, 8:27, 8:26. Pacelli puts another one on the board. You can pretty much put it away. They already lead this thing 16-0. That safety's big because it turns this game into a 3-possession game. All right, 2nd and 19 from the 21. Kamora Jones rolling to her left this time. Downfield. A little bit too far. She had Wynn Ward in mind, but the ball was about 3 foot over her head. So nothing doing there. That sets up a 3rd and 19. Let's see what the Lady Vikings can dial up here. Zach Cochran setting in a play. Let's see who the snap goes to, whether it's Kamora Jones or Mia Camp. It goes to Mia Camp. Camp to her left side. Manages to evade 2 tacklers. She finally kind of gets shoved out of bounds. A nice little pickup, though. Pickup of about 10 yards, maybe 11. Ball brought down. She's not brought down at the 32. So it'll be 4th and 8 for the Lady Vikings. Mia Camp with a nice run. Leading rusher coming into the game, rushing for over 700 yards. So here we go. Big play for the Vikings. If they can get this first down, they can really milk the clock and get this thing over with. Everybody's getting a little chilly down there. The wind is really picking up. So here you go, 4th and 8. Camp keeping it, pitching it back to Kamora Jones, and the pitch is bad. It goes down at about the 30-yard line, and that is where Heritage will take over on downs. So the Hawks will take over on the Vikings 30-yard line with the 1st and 10 to move the chains, and it's 6:22 remaining. And by the way, it is 39 degrees here at Diamond Field. 25 is the wind chill. It's a chilly night. It's just leave it at that. And the wind's blowing 12 miles an hour, gusts up to 27. First and 10 from the 30. Bailey Arrington calling out the signals. Takes a snap. 1-step drop, throws right side. She connects with Lucy Downs, but Downs brought down immediately by Molly Hilton. Hilton ready for that one. They may have picked up a yard. That's exactly what they did, a gain of just 1 yard. So that sets up a 2nd down and 9. 5:30 remaining now. Arrington. Quick throw again. Again. Finding Downs, and again, Downs is brought down immediately by Molly Hilton. May have picked 2 times this time. Nope, picked up another 1 yard gain. So that sets up a 3rd and 8. A 3rd and 8 from the 28-yard line.
3rd down 8 for the Hawks.
Hawks, they need to pick up yards in chunks. It's not happening so far. Wind really blowing now. Arrington over the middle. Almost picked off. Molly Hilton was right there. It was a little bit to her left. She was not able to reach back for it, but that sets up the 4th down. So 4th and 8 from the 28. Line to gain is the 20. The wind is blowing fiercely now. The flags are really flapping. I'm not talking about the one on the flagpole either. And so now they're going to kick it away. And the punt, a little pooch punt, brought in at about the 11. Wynn Ward stopping right at the 19-yard line on purpose. This will be a 1st and 1. They buy themselves an extra play because the whole thing is now keep the clock moving, pick up yardage, just keep it moving. And it's 16-0 with this much time left. We will see at what point the referees may call the game when it's known to be completely out of reach. So Lady Vikings 1st and 1 from the 19 with that 16-0 lead. Mia Camp setting up at quarterback. Kamora Jones in motion. Again, the snap instead is a Callista Williams who pitches it back to Camp. Camp down the far sideline. Picks up a few before she is stopped.
Option to Nia Kemp on first down.
Nicely done. Good laterals on that play.
Run is good for Lady Vikings.
Lady Vikings picking up about 7 or 8. Let's see. They picked up about 9 yards on that play. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. 2:39, 2:38. We're almost to that 2-minute warning. Lady Vikings up 16-0. Again, Kamora Jones in motion. Williams throwing it downfield and finding KK Jackson. Jackson gets across midfield before she is finally stopped inside the almost to the 30-yard line. Big pickup on that one. First down, Lady Vikings. They're going to mark her down at the 34-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 14 for the Lady Vikings on the 34. 203, 202, 201, 2 minutes left. Everything lining things up. Lady Vikings trying to finish this thing off. The snap goes to Williams. Williams hands off to Kamora Jones, and Mo tosses it left side. She finds Wynn Ward, and Ward finally stopped. Let's see where they marked the ball. Very close to a first down. They're going to mark it down at the 21-yard line. So it will be 2nd and 1 from the 21-yard line. Clock running, 122, 121. We'll see if the Lady Vikings go for another score or just let this clock run out. Kamora Jones in motion, snap to Williams. Williams taking it upfield and managed to evade a tackler. She is finally stopped at about the 10, 11-yard line. So it picks up the first down. 52, 51, 50. Clock continues to run. Lady Vikings with their new first down on the 12-yard line. Trying to see if they put one more on the board or you just put this one in the books. Heritage shuffling a couple players in and out. First and goal from the 12. Ball snap with 19 seconds left. Kamora Jones fakes the pass, instead rolls right, and then throws and finds KK Jackson. Touchdown Vikings. Kamora Jones to KK Jackson, a 12-yard touchdown pass to seal the deal. Hey, that one could have a shot at Houlihan's highlight of the week. That was a pretty pass over the middle with just 9 seconds remaining. Lady Vikings looking to finish it off. The second touchdown pass to KK Jackson for the night for Kamora Jones. We'll see how they do with the extra point here. The snap, Jones looking over to her right, tries to find Molly Hilton, and goes, Hilton cannot bring it in. So that's where things stand. 22-0 Pacelli. 9 seconds left. We'll see if they just wave it off here. And that's exactly what we've got. Put this one in the books. The Pacelli Vikings chalking up another win. Taking care of, well, nope, they're going to run one more play. Woo. Looks like they're going to run one more play. Can't get ahead of myself here. In that last 9 seconds, Heritage is going to try to see what they can do about getting a little bit of pride out of this one. So let's see what happens. This will likely be the last play of the game. Bailey Arrington, a quarterback for Heritage, taking the snap and taking a knee, and that will do it. So you can put this one in the books right now. The Pacelli Vikings taking care of business, knocking off the Heritage Hawks by a final score of 22-0 to advance their record to 2-0 in region play and setting up a showdown that will determine the region championship in about an hour at 7:30 when the Vikings are set to take on Brookstone here at Diamond Field. So that's a good one. A good afternoon or good evening so far for Pacelli. Chuck under their 15th win of the season. So your final score, Pacelli 22, Heritage nothing. You've been watching Vikings flag football here on Georgia, Alabama Sports Live.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
All right, well, a bit more of unfinished business for you. We have our Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game. That has to be KK Jackson, the senior wide receiver with a pair of touchdown receptions, an 11-yarder and a 12-yarder in the second half. She also had 2 extra points, tacked those on as well, 14 of the 22 points coming from Miss Jackson. So a good game for the Pacelli Vikings, picking up that 22-0 victory. Stay with our stream because in about an hour, at about 7:30, the Vikings are set to take on the Brookstone Cougars, their arch rivals, as they try to wrap up the region championship. So we'll be back here from Diamond Field. You're watching Lady Vikings flag football on Georgia, Alabama Sports Live.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite, obey your thirst.
Welcome back to Tamil Field for the Beck Center Game of the Week at Pacelli on Georgia-Alabama Sports Line, presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, Coca-Cola, Kinetic Credit Union, and Jack Houston Memorial Hospital Houston Clinic. The Pacelli Lady Vikings taking on their arch rivals, the Brookstone Cougars. At stake is sole possession of first, basically the region championship here in GIAA District 5. We will see how this thing turns out. Of course, the Pacelli Vikings coming into the ball game with a record of 15-1, perfect in conference. Brookstone also perfect in conference. Their record 3-3 on the season. Pacelli ranked number 9 in the state. So big ball game here. And of course, Pacelli won the opening game of this triple header. They beat Heritage by a score of 22-0. KK Jackson with a pair of touchdown receptions and scored a pair of extra points. Mia Camp had a touchdown run, and the defense came up with a safety. Game 2, Brookstone was a 6-0 winner over Heritage. And so here we go, and getting things started, Brookstone will have the ball first, which means they will start on their own 16-yard line, one of those quick 1st and 6 deals as the game gets underway. 10 minutes on the clock. It'll be a running clock here in the first quarter. And the first snap, and here we go. And it is a pitch right side. Emma Mathis tossing it off the right side, going not too far. Nice defense by Mia Camp, stopping the runner. And it looked like that was Gigi Waldrop, stopping her after maybe a gain of, it was a pickup of 4 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and 2 on the 18-yard line. Again, Brookstone's quarterback is Emma Mathis. The pitch now this side, as goes to Gigi Waldrop again. Waldrop trying to go around the left side. She is stopped cold. And Mo Jones and Callista Williams coming up with the stop. It'll be a 3rd and 1 for Brookstone. Cougars trying to get something going on this opening drive. Emma Mathis at quarterback for the Cougars. The ball on the 17, so it's a 3rd and 3. Mathis, quick out to the left side. Nothing doing. Molly Hilton coming up with the stop, and that'll make it 4th down and about 5. So you can expect Brookstone to punt. Though they may go for it. You never know. Things are happening. 4th and 4. Is a 4th and 4 from the 26-yard line, and they are indeed punting. Punt set downfield, caught by Molly Hilton. Hilton going to the left side, pitching it back. Great move. Wynn Ward brought down. Tackle on about the 32-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. Maybe the 33. So the Pacelli Vikings will open things on the Brookstone 33-yard line on their opening drive of this game. Good play by the defense, stopping Brookstone 3 and out. So the Lady Vikings. Kimora Jones at quarterback, but she has, of course, running room back there. Mia Camp usually sets up in the backfield, though it could be Callista Williams here. And the snap was actually to Camp. Camp, left side, picking up a couple of yards. And a gain of about 2 yards. Nope, gain of 3, and that should set up a 2nd down and 10 for the Lady Vikings. Again, Pacelli has been great offensively all season long. Looking to see if they can march down and score this opening drive. The give to Kimora Jones. Mo, little flip to KK Jackson, but Sophie Colgrove gets in there and gets her in the backfield. A loss of about 4 yards for the Lady Vikings. Taking it back to the 32-yard line, so that'll set up a 3rd down and 12. Kimora Jones with 11 touchdown passes on the season. She's thrown for nearly 1,800 yards. Setting up the throw over the middle to KK Jackson. She flips it offside to Mia Camp, And Camp slips through, but they've ruled she stepped out of bounds. She got past the tackler, but she stepped on the wrong side of the boundary, but still it is a first down, taking it down to the 18-yard line. A 14-yard pickup. New set of downs for the Lady Vikings, and now they're in the red zone. On the 18, first and goal. 5:58 remaining here in this first quarter. Scoreless contest between Pacelli and Brookstone. Jones with two running backs in the backfield, so you can expect a pass, I believe. And there goes Jones looking to her left side, going deep. Oh, in and out of the hands of Wynn Ward. It was up a little bit high. Wynn went up for it, but the freshman, she could not quite bring it down. That'll set up a second and goal from the 18-yard line. Good thinking. Go deep. Make them think about that. In any sort of football, whether it's guys football or flag football, you got to keep the defense off balance. So here we go, setting up for that second and goal from the 18. And we're set. The snap. Jones going up top one more time. Wide open. KK Jackson. Touchdown Vikings. Kamora Jones to KK Jackson on an 18-yard touchdown pass. And the Lady Vikings are on the board. What a beautiful throw that was. That's definitely a candidate for Houlihan's highlight of the week there. So now the Vikings will go for two. Go for the extra point. Again, setting up. Jones alone in the backfield. Taking the snap, dropping back, looking, and flips it. This time, that's Ava Camp with the reception. And the extra point is good. So the Lady Vikings have jumped out to the early 7-0 lead. 4 minutes remaining here in the first quarter as they take care of business. That's the kind of drive they wanted to see. They've been able in the opening game against Heritage, Kamora Jones had a little bit of trouble getting things going underway, at least through the air. This game, she's stepped right out, and she's been hitting her receivers right on target. Boom, 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 and march it down for the touchdown. So the Lady Vikings out to the 7-0 lead. Here's Brookstone on their second possession. Emma Mathis at quarterback, taking the snap, dropping back, looking downfield over the middle, overthrows her receiver. That was intended for Maggie Heil. So it'll be second down and 6 for the Cougars. Lady Vikings getting decent pressure on Mathis. So it'll be a second down and 6 now. Mathis takes the snap, looks, flips it over the middle. Gigi Waldrop made the catch, but she was tackled literally immediately on the play. But it appears it is enough for the first down. So the Cougars will get a new set of downs. They've got the ball on the 30, so it's first and 20 for Brookstone. Mathis rolling to her right, almost sacked. Ashley Swenson with a lot of pressure on that. She just heaved it away. There wasn't not really catchable. So incomplete pass will make it a second and 20 for the Lady Cougars. 2:12 remaining here in the first quarter. Pacelli with that 7-0 lead. Getting things set up. One Cougar in motion, snap to Mathis. It's a handoff, or fakes the hand. No, the handoff was botched. Oops. Blakely Hayes and Mathis had a little bit of problem with the exchange. So ball drops, a loss of a couple of yards. So that will set up a 3rd and 22. The ball on the 18-yard line. Vikings getting a little bit of help here. They played good defense. Brookstone can't afford to give away any downs at all. Mathis dropping back, under pressure, throws it over the middle. Again, complete to Gigi Waltrip, but right there is Callista Williams making the tackles, grabbing the flags right as the ball was being caught. A short gain, nowhere near enough, a pickup of about 4 yards. So that will set up fourth down, so expect the punt here. Ball on the 22-yard line. And kicking it away. End-over-end kick brought in at about the 30-yard line, right on the boundary. Wynn Ward catches it and out of bounds almost immediately. She didn't have a lot of room to work. She picks up a couple of yards. So the Lady Vikings will open up their next drive on their own 32-yard line. 28 seconds remaining, clock ticking. There may be one play before the end of the quarter here. Lady Vikings playing the kind of game they wanted to see. They wanted to see out of them so far. That first drive was pretty. So here we go, getting set up. This should be the last play of the first quarter. The snap instead goes to Mia Camp. Handoff to Molly Hilton, the right side. She's tackled quickly. Pickup of about 4 yards. And that will bring the first quarter to a close. Pacelli Lady Vikings looking good, leading Brookstone 7-0. You're watching Vikings Flag Football on Georgia, Alabama Sports Live.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy-duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
And back at Diamond Field, thanks to Carol Purdue. The first quarter was sponsored by Carol Purdue, your local State Farm agent who supported Georgia Alabama Sports Line from the beginning. Here we go, second quarter. Lady Vikings on a second down and about 6. Camp brought down pretty much at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. That'll set up a 3rd and maybe 5. That was a pickup of a couple of yards. A pickup of a couple of yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 4 from the 36-yard line for Pacelli. In motion, snap to Camp. Camp pitching it back to Mo Jones. Jones managed to flip it downfield. Callista Williams cutting straight across, a little east-west. She finds a seam. Is she gone? No. A diving tackle. Gigi Waldrop manages to dive and grab the flags, but a huge pickup for the Vikings. A pickup of about nearly 30, little over 30 yards. Call it 26-yard pickup. She's brought down. We'll see where they mark the ball. It was really close to the 20-yard line. They're marking it down at the 21-yard line. So they're going to often open up this play with a 1st and 1 here on this drive. In motion again, Camp, a handoff to Molly Hilton. Hilton, left side, picks up the first down. Brought down fairly quickly. Eloise Frentress with the tackle, but Vikings get a new set of downs. They picked up the 1 yard they needed, so it will be first. It's 1st and goal from the 20-yard line. The Lady Vikings trying to strike quickly again here early in the second quarter. Setting things up. Snap to Williams. Williams pitching back to Camp, pitching back to Mo Jones. Mo brought down a gain of a couple yards there on the play. Hey, special thanks to Glenn Smith for being our original presenting sponsor. From day one, their unmatched support and commitment to our community has fueled our mission to bring you the very best in local sports coverage. We're proud to team with them again as we kick off year 4 together. Vikings picking up 3 on the play, setting up a 2nd and goal from the 17-yard line. Trying to extend to their 7-0 lead. Kamora Jones looking at the sideline. Zach Cochran sending in the play. So here we go. Jones dropping back, looking downfield, scrambling a little up top, finding, Molly Hilton had caught her in the hands a little bit high. Hilton was not able to bring that one in. Close, but not quite on the touchdown. So that'll bring up a 3rd and goal from the 17-yard line for Pacelli. Going big, almost going all the way to, almost taking it to pay dirt. Big play here. If they can convert on this one, at least pick up a good chunky yardage. Make it short because there, I believe this is 4-down territory for sure. All right, the snap. Jones scrambling around a little bit, rolling right, throwing, and finding a receiver. That was Molly Hilton making the catch. She steps out of bounds at the 5-yard line. That will set up a 4th and goal from the 5. That's a little bit easier to handle than 4th and goal from the 17. Pickup of 12. So Lady Vikings 5 yards away from doubling their lead. Personnel change for Brookstone. Everybody getting set. Jones gets the play call. So here we go. 4th and goal from the 5. Vikings trying to convert here on their second drive of the day. Looking. Jones scrambles, gets away from a potential tackler, and she finds Molly Hilton. Touchdown, Vikings. A great job by Kamora Jones scrambling to find Molly Hilton on that 5-yard touchdown catch. The Vikings on the board once again. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. This is the kind of football they wanted to play. Setting things up for the extra point. Jones rolling to her right. The throw right on target. Again, with 5 minutes remaining in the first half, converting on another drive. They lead it 14-0. Their offense has just been on point all game long here. Those 2 drives were perfect. Kamora Jones just dealing back there at quarterback, throwing some dimes, going deep when she's had to. The offense is just clicking. Of course, there's a little bit of extra motivation since they're playing Brookstone, the arch rivals here. And Brookstone will be in the playoffs right now. Brookstone is ranked fifth in GIAA. They may move up a little bit after beating Heritage, who came in ranked 4th. All right. 1st and 6 from the 14-yard line. The handoff, left side. Blakely Hayes brought down quickly. Looks like a gain of maybe 2. Let's see where they set it up. A gain of 3. So it'll be 2nd down and 3 from the 17-yard line. Emma Mathis taking the snap, dropping back, charging on in, and it is picked off. Kendall Purnell came cruising in. She cut off. She jumped the route, coming up with the interception. Great play by Kendall Purnell, the 8th grader. Nicely done. That's the first interception of the day for the Vikings in the 2 ball games. And that is the first interception of the season for Kendall Purnell, the 33rd of the year for the Lady Vikings. A good job setting things up, too, in great field position. Lady Vikings will open things up with a 1st and goal from the 16-yard line. Kamora Jones dropping back, looking downfield, flips it out instead. Safety valve Molly Hilton. Hilton cuts left and slides on in. Did she make it through? Nope. It looks like they got her about the 2-yard line. Hilton took the catch and then cut to her left and slid through and looked like she was headed for pay dirt, but a last-second grab by the Cougars on the 3 at least delays things. So a 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line for the Lady Vikings. 2:20, 2:19 remaining here in the half. Lady Vikings already up 14-0. Jones in motion. The snap was to Camp. Camp heading for the pylon, and she gets it. No problem. Touchdown, Lady Vikings. Mia Camp sprinting on home. Her second touchdown of the day, first of this ball game, and Camp's 8th rushing touchdown of the season. A nice 3-yard run with 1:52 remaining in the half as the Lady Vikings turn it into a 3-score game. Time to line it up for the extra point. Zach Cochran sending in the play. The snap goes to Whitaker. The snap went to Callista Williams, who flipped it back to Mo Jones. Her pass into the end zone. She was looking for Ava Camp, overthrew it, so the extra point is no good. But the Lady Vikings looking good. 1:52 remaining here in the half. They have jumped down to a 20-0 lead over Brookstone. Great passing by Kimora Jones. First 2 drives. Third drive, she did some great passing. That great sprint for the pylon by Mia Camp as they find the end zone once again. So Brookstone with the ball. 1st and 6 from their 14. On the run, the give was to Andy Addison, but nothing doing. Maybe picked up a yard or 2. Quick tackle by the Lady Vikings. A pickup of 3. That'll set up a 2nd and 3 from the 17. Mathis dropping back, looking to throw. Almost sacked. Ashley Swenson came sprinting in. She came very close to coming up with the sack, but Mathis was able to get the pass away to avoid the sack, but it was incomplete. A hurried throw. Nothing doing. So that sets up a 3rd and 3. And a personnel change. Kendall Purnell coming in place of Swenson. All right, here we go. Mathis. Dropping back, looking, rolling over the middle. She finds Blakely Hayes, but Callista Williams there for the stop. Looks like short of the first down. It'll be 4th and probably 1. It looks like we'll mark it. They're marking it on the 18-yard line, so it'll be 4th and 2 for Brookstone. They're going to go for it, it looks like. Mathis dropping back, looking to throw. Flips it over the middle. To catch by Gigi Waldrop is enough for the first down. KK Jackson made the stop, but Brookstone getting another set of downs, a pickup of 6 yards on the play, taking it down to the 24-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 16 for Brookstone as they try to get something going. Just 9 seconds remaining here in the half. 7, 6, the clock is ticking. And they are not able to get the play off. They're going to call it good. So the first half is in the books. The Pacelli Lady Vikings taking care of business, playing the kind of flag football they wanted to play. They lead this thing 20-0. Let's take a break. You are watching for Vikings flag football on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
It's senior night here at Diamond Field, and the one senior, KK Jackson, being honored today. The Lady Vikings on their way. They're seeking their fourth straight state championship. KK getting a big hug from head coach Zach Corcoran. The parents here, family here, the whole team out there with her. Lady Vikings off to a great start here, leading Brookstone by a score of 20-0 in this region flag football game, the last region game of the season. As for the scoring, Pacelli's had the ball 3 times and scored 3 times. KK Jackson with an 18-yard touchdown reception, a great pass from Kamora Jones, with Ava Camp adding the extra point to give the Vikings a 7-0 lead. Then in the second quarter, 5:35 remaining, it's Jones to Molly Hilton, a nice 5-yard strike, with the extra point coming from Wynn Ward and a reception from Jones, and that made it 14-0. And then Mia Camp with a 3-yard run with 1 minute 52 seconds to go in the half to extend the lead to 20-0. KK enjoying being honored as a senior. Quite frankly, she's had a great day. I mean, 2 touchdown receptions and 2 extra points in the first game and a touchdown reception in this one. She has had a great year. That's given her, by the way, 27 touchdown catches on the season. She is by far the number 1 target for Kamora Jones, one of the best in the state. KK earned it all, let me tell you. Anyway, as mentioned, after this game will wrap up the region play. Pacelli will be the number 1 seed going into the playoffs. That's a foregone conclusion. On Tuesday, November 18th, next Monday, by the way, they play Shaw in one more game as kind of a warm-up for the playoffs. Tuesday the 18th, the playoffs will get underway. They will happen here at Diamond Field. At 4 o'clock, the number 5 seed and the number 4 seed will square off. And if things remain as they are, it's going to be these same teams again. It'll be Heritage playing Brookstone. Heritage the 4, Brookstone the 5, unless they flip after Brookstone's victory in the second game of the triple-header tonight. The winner, that game would be at 4 o'clock next Tuesday. And following at 6 o'clock, the top seed, the Pacelli Lady Vikings, will host the winner of that 4-5 game for the right to move on to the state finals. And that will be a week from Thursday at Mount DeSales High School at Cavalier Fields. So the Lady Vikings will again be going for a 4th straight state championship if they take care of business. They're certainly taking care of business tonight, jumping out to that early 20-0 lead over the Brookstone Cougars. And as I mentioned, they've been chalking up some big numbers here. Kamora Jones came into the game with 35 touchdown passes. So let's see, 35, 36, 37. He's got 39 touchdown passes on the season. That's pretty solid. And, of course, as we mentioned, K.K. Jackson, 27 touchdown receptions on the year. So here we go, getting ready to get this second half underway. Pacelli with a 20-0 lead, and they open up with the ball. They'll start things off on their own 16-yard line, or 14-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 6 to get things started. The Lady Vikings looking to see how much they can get this offense cranked up for. 20 points in the first half, 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. Let's see what they come up with here in the second half. Whistle, and let's get it going. Kamora Jones. Instead, the snap is to Camp. Camp to Williams. Williams sending it downfield. It is caught. Enough for the first down. Can't make out who that was. All right, Wynn Ward with the reception and the yardage, moving things all the way up to the 26-yard line. Pickup of 12. So new 1st and 10. Actually, a 1st and 14 for the Lady Vikings. The snap, and it's Camp who keeps it, flips it to Jones. Jones sends it downfield to K.K. Jackson. K.K. with a great move, almost slips past. There. Let's see where they mark the tackle here. I thought she was brought down near midfield, but she may have slipped past. They're going to mark, let's see where they mark the ball. Looks like they're going to mark the ball on the 37-yard line of the Cougars. Great play. Jackson took it around midfield and did a quick twirl and managed to escape the tackler. So the Vikings, another set of downs. It'll be first and 17 from the 37-yard line. They're showing what they can do on this drive for sure. Coach Cochran sending in the play. And here we go. The snap. Jones standing flat-footed, rolls to her right, throws up field. K.K. Jackson brought down immediately, but a nice little pickup on that one. It's like a gain of about 5-6 yards on that. Gain of 6. And that puts the ball on the 31-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 11. Jones rolling to her right a little bit, looking downfield. The safety valve pass was intended for Wynn Ward. Ward could not quite handle it. Incomplete, which is probably better off that way. So that'll set up a 3rd down and 11. So 3rd and 11 for Pacelli. Leading 20-0, trying to turn this 4th possession of the game into yet another touchdown. Jones looking downfield. Across the middle to K.K. Jackson. Jackson slipping a couple of tackles, and she is gone. Touchdown, Vikings. K.K. Jackson, what a great run. Caught it in a lot of traffic. A couple twists, a couple turns, and a cut, and bye-bye. She is gone. A 31-yard touchdown catch. Kamora Jones with another TD pass. Jackson with another TD catch. And the Vikings jump out to a 26-0 lead. Setting things up for the extra point here. Getting together a little bit. It looks like they're going to call something a little different. Jones and Camp in the backfield. Let's see who takes the snap. It was Camp. Hand off to K.K. Jackson. Tries running it in. No go. Cougars stopped that one. But with 6:21 remaining here in the third quarter, the Vikings have now got out to a 26-0 lead. It's been a dominant performance by Pacelli tonight. No question about that. They got off to a little bit of a slow start in game 1 against Heritage, but in this game, they came out of the gate on fire. So Brookstone trying to see if they can get anything going at all against the Vikings. So far, nothing. 1st and 10 from their own 14, or excuse me, 1st and 6 from their own 14-yard line. Emma Mathis rolling to her right, looking downfield. She was trying to hook up with Madison Allport, but the ball goes through Allport's hands, incomplete. That'll set up a 2nd and 6 from the 14. 5:30 remaining in third quarter. The Lady Vikings putting on a show in this one for certain. All right. Mathis. Quick out to the left. Gigi Waldrop could not get a handle on that one. Incomplete, setting up a 3rd and 6. Still on the 14-yard line. Personnel shifts. Kendall Purnell back in there. Mathis, the quick out, this time complete. And slipping the tackle was Waldrop. Did she get enough for the first down? Doesn't appear so. A couple yards short. Managed to pick up 4, but that sets up a 4th and 2. Brookstone's going to go for it. They kind of have to, down 26-0. It's a short yardage situation. Mathis dropping back, looking to pass over the middle, and she underthrows. It's incomplete, and the Lady Vikings take over on downs on the Cougar 18-yard line. They're set up for a very short drive here. They have converted on several long drives. This is now, they have great field position here with a 26-0 lead, 3:47, 3:46 remaining here in the third quarter. Looking to really put a stamp on this one. Kamora Jones trying to figure out exactly what the play would be. Looks like everybody's on the same page now. Brookstone having to do a personnel swap because of flag problems. We're set. The snap to Jones. Jones looking downfield. Looking, and finally tries to throw the safety valve pass to Mia Camp, but basically grounds it. So incomplete. It'll be second down. It'll be a 2nd down and goal from the 18-yard line. Under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. This is one of the better offensive performances of the season for the Lady Vikings. They've topped 40 points a couple of times, or hit the 40-point mark twice. Jones looking downfield, launching it for KK Jackson. Touchdown, Vikings! An 18-yard pass, a pass of absolute beauty. She led KK, and KK did not even have to break stride, pulling that in for the score. Nicely done. Kamora Jones having a night. So the Lady Vikings up 32-0, pending the extra point. They have put on a show. Kamora coming off the field, fired up. Zach Cochran definitely liking the way things are going here. Here's the extra point. Tally Ellis at quarterback. The throw downfield just overthrows the receiver. So 32-0. It is 32-0 Pacelli with 1:35 remaining in the third quarter. Zach Cochran's crew is firmly in command of this one. Kamora Jones definitely having a night. 4 touchdown passes in this ball game. 6 on the evening. And Tom Brookstone will get out there and try it one more time to get things going. And as I mentioned, Pacelli's topped the 40. They topped the 40-point mark in the season opener at Lovett. And they also hung 40 on elite scholars in a game played up in Jonesboro back about 3 weeks ago. Putting another elite performance. They've been hitting the 30-point mark regularly this season. And the defense has played great. They've had 7 shutouts on the season. All right. Brookstone trying to run the ball. The exchange is botched. That was Evangeline Gutierrez at quarterback. They give the handoff attempt to Blakely Hayes didn't go anywhere. It was fumbled, so the Lady Cougars will lose yardage on the play. They drop back at least a yard. So this will be a 2nd and 7 from their own 13-yard line. And the third quarter coming to a close. And what a game it has been for the Pacelli Lady Vikings. They lead at 32-0. You're watching Lady Vikings flag football on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy-duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic...
Back at Diamond Field, fourth quarter here. Brookstone with a 2nd and 7. The running play going pretty much nowhere. The Vikings defense has been solid all night long, to say the least. Hey, Georgia Alabama Sports Live is excited to announce our partnership with Coca-Cola. We're proud to welcome Coca-Cola as a presenting sponsor and as an essential part of our team as we grow into the future. Classic taste, timeless memories. We're officially a Coke company. And now it'll be 3rd and 7. No, they did pick up a yard. 3rd and 6 from the 14. Gutierrez rolling to her left or to her right on the run. And tackle on that one. Looked like that was Caroline Snipes coming up with the tackle. Short of the first. That will set up a 4th down and 2. Let's see what the Cougars decide to do here. Another change of personnel. Kaya Peters coming into the ballgame, the sophomore, started to empty out the bench and let some of the backups get a little bit of playing time here in this one. And time is called as the Lady Vikings call timeout. So let's take a break. You're watching Lady Vikings flag football on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit.
All right, back at Diamond Field, Brookstone punting on 4th down, a one-hopper. Oh, almost. I think that was Rebecca Baker. Look, she was thinking about bringing that thing back, but she just could not quite get the handle on that. Well, check that was Caroline. That was Reagan Dixon. She could not quite get the handle on it. So Pacelli will start this drive on their own 36-yard line. Hey, Kinetic Credit Union is proud to champion our local student athletes. We're excited to welcome them as a presenting sponsor of Georgia Alabama Sports Live, supporting high school sports and the communities that make them great. And don't forget, we're going to have the Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game in a little bit. 8:14 remaining. Pacelli with a big 32-0 lead. They've scored a touchdown on every single drive. Let's see if they can keep it going here. A lot of backups in there now. This is a good time to bring them in and get them a little bit of playing time. The snap. Chuck downfield, big pass downfield. Great play there. A little bit of defense on offense. That pass had 2 Brookstone Cougars underneath it, but the play was broken up. The pass from Wynn Ward just a little bit underthrown. Tally Ellis gets credit for the pass defense, if you will. So that'll set up a 2nd down and 6 from the 44-yard line. A shovel pass ahead to KK Jackson, who flips it back, and that was Mia Camp. Did she get the first down? Yes, she did. She evaded tacklers. She ran through about 4 different Cougars who were unable to grab onto those flags, and Camp showing great agility picking up the first down. That was an amazing run there. What a run by Mia Camp. Well, it shows you why she's picked up nearly 800 yards on the season. And so there's a first down, taken all the way down to the 25-yard line for the Vikings. 6:47 remaining here. Vikings looking to put one more up on the board here. Molly Hilton setting up in the backfield along with Wynn Ward. Let's see who takes the snap this time. That was Hilton. Hilton fakes the handoff, takes it left side, pitches it back to Mia Camp. Camp. Again, another great move. Managed to evade 1 tackler before she is brought down. That would be Evangeline Gutierrez on the stop. But did she pick up another first down? She sure did. Picking up the first. Brought down, and they're marking the ball on the 10-yard line. So, another red zone visit by the Lady Vikings. 10 yards away. 1st and goal from the 10. Coach Corcoran calling in to play. And the snap. Wynn Ward, touchdown pass. And that is brought in by, is that KK Jackson? It is indeed. Wynn Ward finding KK Jackson for a 10-yard touchdown pass. A knife for sure for KK Jackson. 38-0 Vikings, 5:08 remaining. Here comes the extra point attempt. KK, 5 touchdown receptions on the night. Give her 29 on the season. All right, the extra point attempt. And somebody jumped. So move it back 5 yards. So they will have to make the attempt from the 7. Or the 8, rather. No, moving it back. Yeah, moving it back to the 8-yard line. So, extra point attempt. Snap. Rolling right. The pass in the end zone, overthrown, incomplete. But still, the Lady Vikings taking care of business. A 38-0 lead on Brookstone. They've pretty much done everything they've wanted to do from the get-go. They brought it down, and every single drive has resulted in the touchdown. That's the kind of offensive performance they've been looking for. You get that kind of thing going into the playoffs. Now's the time to peak. Lady Vikings looking to extend their record to 15-1 on the season. Now, check that 16-1. All right, so Brookstone getting the ball on their own 14 with a 1st and 6 to try to get a drive going to see if they can get anything going at all. Lady Vikings trying to come up with their 7th shutout of the season. Somebody flipping the football in, caught somebody, hit him in the back. All right, getting things going. Lots of backups on the field now, getting some playing time, some valuable playing time. Gutierrez takes the snap. It's a handoff, and Blakely Hayes faked doing a reverse. Looked like the tackle's made by Rebecca Baker, the junior. now playing middle linebacker. A loss. Now, again of the play, they picked up 3 yards. 2nd and 3 from the 17. Gutierrez on the keeper. Did she get enough to pick up the first? Nope. Gain of about 3. They're back now. They ball on the 26-yard line. That sets up a 3rd and 4. I'm sorry. The ball is marked on the back of the original line of scrimmage at 14, so it'll be 3rd and 6. And it looks like a timeout has been called, or the game has been called. With 2 minutes remaining, that's it. The Pacelli Lady Vikings finishing the job, taking home a 38-0 win over Brookstone. No question on this one. Our Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands player of the game has got to be Kamora Jones. Kamora putting on a show at quarterback, throwing 5 touchdown passes as the Lady Vikings chalk up a W against their arch rivals, clinching the region championship, getting ever closer. 1 game remaining before the playoffs get underway as they continue their quest for a 4th straight state championship. Lady Vikings looking good, posting a 22-0 victory over Heritage in Game 1, and in Game 3 of this triple-header, a 38-0 victory over Brookstone. 60-0, that's a pretty good offensive and defensive performance. Well, thank you for joining us. I'm Dave Plata. You have been watching Pacelli Vikings flag football here on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.